On today's episode of Let's Talk Drones, I am joined by Sam Karp, who's going to help me review the Snapton E20 drone.
Let's do it.
What's up? It's Chris, the Drone Geek, and with me today is Sam Karp. And like I said, we're going to be reviewing the Snapton E20 drone today. Before we get into that, though, this episode of Let's Talk Drones is brought to you by The Droning Company, the #1 online resource for commercial remote pilots based in the United States. If you've got your Part 107, definitely check out The Droning Company at thedroningcompany.com and across all major social media platforms. So, Sam, you and I both had the opportunity to hold the Snapton E20 in our hands, and I gotta admit, I've got some reservations about this thing. It's a little bit of a breezy day today. It's not terrible. I'd say breezes are anywhere between 5 and 7 miles an hour. So any drone worth its weight in anything should be able to handle the breezes we're dealing with today. I'm not confident in this at all.
Yeah. I feel like I could blow this off the table with a strong gust of wind.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely lightweight.
And to give you an idea of like what this is capable of before we actually put it in the air, the marketing for this markets it at 150 meter range, which for those of you that are watching in the United States, which is most of you according to my analytics, is around 500 feet. So we can push this out 500 feet in any given direction. The flight time is also a little bit sus. 18 minutes flight time on this thing. So not terrible, not great though, when you consider it's in the same category as like your Mini 4.
Yeah.
So,
for how much it weighs, it's honestly more than I was expecting for that.
The other thing that's a little sus to me, and something that you all know is very important to me, is the camera quality and the gimbal quality. This has a one-axis gimbal, a single-axis gimbal, that has an electric motor in it, and you can hear it. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's real high quality in terms of its stabilization, and the camera is rated to a max resolution of 2.7K video-wise. I am gonna be extremely suspicious of how true that is, or if we're taking something that is recorded in 480p, for instance, and upscaled to 2.7K, which would blow the quality out of complete usability at that point. So I guess let's stop jerking around and talking about this thing. Let's put it in the air and see what we can get out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get this thing in the air, it is important to mention what you need to fly. First of all, you've got your controller, the RC that comes with the Snapton E20. Just first impression of this controller, again, much like the aircraft, the plastic is super lightweight and cheap feeling. The one thing that you did notice about it, and after you said it, I was like, you know what, you're right, I'll give them a bonus point on that, is the gimbals, the joysticks on the controller, do have a nice feel to them.
Yeah, they don't feel as kind of chintzy as the rest of the controller.
No, exactly, and that's sort of, very important to me, because that's gonna be ultimately what interfaces with the drone. So you do want your gimbals, your joysticks, whatever you call them, to feel solid. So we're gonna go ahead and we are going to record our screen here because I'm gonna show you what the Snapton FPV app looks like. That's what you're going to need to actually interface with the drone. So we'll go ahead and we'll open that up now. And you'll see here on the home screen, we do have a picture of our Snapton E20. In order to get started, what we would do is down here where it says function display, you'll have the option to actually get in and operate the drone. So we're gonna turn the drone on now, we're gonna get it up in the air, we're gonna fly it. Like I said, I've got some real reservations about this between the wind and how the drone feels and what I think it's gonna be capable of. I don't think this is gonna be a super long review, so we're not gonna get into the weeds with this too much. This drone is definitely designed for people that are just exploring getting involved with drones. So it may be something that's good for that, but beyond that, I don't have high hopes for it. Okay, so we have the drone on. We've got our camera connected. You can see our setup there. We're on a pavilion here at the dike in Lock Haven. And we're gonna take off, we're gonna fly this next to water. And I wanna just thank Sam for volunteering one of his 32 gigabyte SD cards. This may be the last time you see this. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead, let's take off. Sam and I will step off camera view here and we'll get started. And just to let you know, to arm the motors, you pull both sticks down and away. Oh, we almost clipped that. Oh, it's definitely blowing. It's definitely blowing. Oh goodness. And I have absolutely no way of getting it back. This is gonna crash. 100% gonna crash. It's going into a tree. That is 100% going into a tree.
Oh boy.
We're gonna gain.
Oh,
yep. That's
it's in a tree.
Yep, it crashed.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's still going.
It's
Oh,
it's
on the
gone.
ground.
Okay, it's dead. Okay, we're gonna go retrieve the drone and we'll be back in. Okay, Sam, do you think that this is gonna be still usable, or do you think this thing is gone?
I think it's gone.
I have a suspicion that it's gone. And you know, I'm actually grateful that it did crash into a tree, because worst case scenario is that just kept going and then landed in a road somewhere.
Did you not have any like authority to get it back here?
No, it was one of those deals where like I had the one gimbal, the pitch and roll gimbal, I had that pitched backwards because the drone was facing away from us. I had it to the floor and it still was not responding to what I was doing. So let's go ahead, let's turn the camera around and let's go find it. Oh God.
I see it.
Oh God. I think it's gonna be jacked up. I don't think it's gonna be usable after this.
I'll be impressed.
I'm really glad it didn't run into that car.
I don't. They folded forward. Okay, the one leg folded forward.
The one leg folded forward, or it cracked. Let's see. No, everything about it is still good. Yeah, it's still fine.
Take two?
Let's do take two. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Okay, Sam, so like that didn't go well at all.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
We do have a little bit of damage. There's a scuff on the front. It's probably where it landed on the concrete. I'm a little hesitant to put it up again.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it in the name of science and testing this thing and giving it a fair shake.
I'm impressed that it survived that crash. That
I
was
am
not
too.
a small crash.
And there's some scuffs on this arm as well. So it definitely landed with this side down. Yeah, other than that, no significant damage.
Like the motors still spin up.
We'll see if they spin up. But yeah, so first take, not great with the Snapton E20. We're gonna give it one more shot. Like I said, I'm not real comfortable flying it just because it's a real flyaway risk. So Sam had the good idea. We're gonna fly it into the wind and see if we can't do something about this.
We might be able to also start down there, so it's a little bit lower.
That may not be a bad idea.
So if it were to blow away, it goes into the water. Or this.
I don't want to lose it into the water either. So we'll see what happens. I'm not real worried about it. It'll be okay. But yeah, take two of the Snapton E20. Let's see if we can do something with this. I'm not confident. Let's go ahead. Let's put it in the air. I'm gonna step off frame here. Okay, it just wants to go backwards. It's gonna crash right into the rocks. Come on, forward, forward.
What if you hit the speed button?
Oh, maybe the speed button would help. All right, so we're up to medium speed. Okay, we're up to full speed. Oh shit. No, it's just going the wrong direction faster.
Oh no.
Oh no, god damn. It's dead. All right, you got to see it. I mean, I had it line of sight. I had it to the floor. I went from slow speed, which is the default setting, to medium speed, to fast. Nothing. All it did was make it go in the wrong direction faster.
And it's a little windy, but it's not that windy.
Yeah, and to prove to you how not windy it actually is, let's go ahead and put the DJI Mini 4, which is in the same class as this drone, up in the air so you can see it's really not as bad as this drone is making it look. So we'll go ahead and collect that mess over there, put the Mini 4 up so you can see that, and then we'll come back and talk about our experience with this drone. All right.
It looks like here.
Where'd it go?
Oh, it's blended in with the rocks.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Oh, there it is.
Where is it?
Right there.
I don't see it.
Your warmer.
Warmer?
Warmer.
Warmer?
Warmer.
Warmer.
Not. To your right.
To my right?
Down.
Oh, there it is. Oi! Blimey! We got a wild Snapton E20 in the wild. Now watch out, this don't give you a little kiss and go, yeah. We got it though, it's back. Okay, so like obviously this is just to show you that the wind isn't that bad. We have the DJI Mini 4 Pro here. It's got a wind level rating of 5 on it, which means it can handle winds up to 24 miles an hour. So we'll go ahead, we'll launch this, check complete. I'm gonna stand out from behind it. And you can see there's a little play in it. Obviously the wind's gonna play with something that's sub 250, but otherwise it's rock solid. There's no input from me on the gimbals at all on the controller. It's holding position how a drone in this class should. And if you want me to take it even to another level to talk about how disappointed I am with the Snapton E20, Let's put it up 65 feet. And it's still holding position up there. I know that not everybody manufactures to the quality of DJI, and that's not the intention of every single drone out in the market, but when you put yourself in the same category as the Mini 4, you better at least be somewhere in the ballpark. That down there and over here, and the crash in the tree and the crash in the rocks, is not an example of something that I would ever recommend to somebody. Hey, sorry for the interruption. I wanted to break in and address what could potentially be an elephant in the room, especially if you've used the Snapton E20 or a similar Snapton product before. Throughout the duration of this overview of the Snapton E20, I will refer to it as a drone in the same category as something like the DJI Mini Series. Now, that's not totally accurate in terms of weight class and size and who it's intended to serve, being a beginner or an entry-level pilot. That is true. Where it's not true is the Snapton E20 does not have GPS position hold. So when you put this drone in the air, it is going to play a little bit more in the airspace than something like a DJI Mini 2 SE, Mini 3, Mini 4, you get the picture. However, that doesn't take away from the critique that I will give this drone throughout the course of this review, which is the flight and operation and handling of the drone is severely lacking. I had a lot of trouble with this. I've been flying for 8 years. I fly FPV, I fly all variety of drones, and this by far has been the least responsive and the most difficult to handle, especially when you're faced with a very slight breeze. All right, let's get back to it. I told you this wasn't gonna be a very long review. It wasn't gonna be an in-depth review, and it's because this drone woefully underperforms. Now, the actual video quality isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Honestly, the video feed that you were getting live was shockingly good.
It did well. It was a little bit too contrasty for my like, but just for visualization, it was decent. For actually seeing through the camera of the drone, it's exactly what you'd want.
Yeah.
There was very low latency, like everything about it was good. The problems with the video feed to me, not just the contrast, but the single axis gimbal absolutely kills usability on it.
Yeah, for any kind of, if you're hoping to get any clips or for cinematic purposes, it's not gonna be
even
not gonna be it.
At a lower level. Like if you're posting this like a family vacation video, it's gonna be unusable because you're not gonna really be able to keep things in frame very well. So big points taken off there for me. And then obviously the elephant in the room is the flyability is not great. We had 2 separate flights. And on both flights, we crashed into something. And I'm gonna sit here and be honest with you. Sam's there, he can vouch for me. I had the gimbal for the pitch forward and backward as I needed it to the floor.
Even on the second flight, bumped up to the higher speed levels.
To the floor. And all it did was make it go faster in the wrong direction. Now, there could be a variety of things that play into that. The wind obviously was one thing that people had questions about, or I had questions about, and we put the Mini 4 Pro up in the air. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like the Snapton E20 should be doing exactly what the Mini 4 Pro can do.
No.
We're realistic that way. But if you're gonna put yourself in the class of the Mini 4 Pro, you better at least perform in the ballpark.
It should at least be able to hold itself in like 5 to 10 mile an hour wind.
And we were talking about this at lunch as we were preparing for the review of the Snapton E20. 2 other drones that we reviewed on this channel are the Bwine F7, as well as the Seafly Faith Mini SE. I reviewed both of those drones, and they are both in the category of the DJI Mini series. Both of those drones flew better than this drone does. This drone is unflyable, the one that I have. And this may be unique to this drone. There may be something wrong with this, but still shame on Snapton for sending me a drone that wasn't tested and vetted and made sure to work. Sam, you've heard me say this before. I've had conversations with those of you that have commented on my Drones for Beginners 2023 video. One consistent gripe that I've gotten from people on that video is that I don't recommend anything that's in a beginner price range. That's a complete fallacy. There's no such thing as a beginner price range because this industry right now is a get what you pay for industry. If you pay more money, you're going to get a more capable machine on average. If you pay less money, expect less performance. This drone retails for about $150 right now. Yes, is it in a price point that people that are exploring drones would want to get into? For sure. What this drone will do is kill a lot of interest for people because if you buy this drone thinking $150 is a bargain, and then you put it up in the air and you get the experience that we just had, you're not going to want to fly drones because you're going to think it's difficult. So that's why you'll see me consistently recommend things like DJIs, like Autels. It's not because I'm a DJI fanboy. It's not because I'm an Autel fanboy. It's because I care about you the money that you spend, your hard-earned money, and your success as a drone pilot. And so I'm not gonna recommend you something like this that's not going to perform and only let you down and put you in a position where we did have sort of a semi-scary situation. Luckily, that tree over there was in the way, because if that had kept going, it could have gone through a window, it could have hit a car on the main road. There are a number of things that could have gone wrong there. And luckily, nothing did go wrong, but that's the kind of position you put yourself in when you settle for something that's cheaper.
No, I feel the same way, especially if you're getting into something like this. You want it to be reliable.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for a lower price point, but at the same time, you could pick something up like the Mini 2 SE for not too much more than
Like
what this is going for.
$150 more, maybe?
Yeah, so at that point, you're getting a really quality drone that you'll be able to share photos and videos on social media with and actually have a good time flying.
Yeah, and that's really the basis, is like social media, whether you post or not, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're gonna get good videos, and that's like a tertiary thing for it, but experience flying. Like if you're thinking about getting into drones right now and you're watching this review, we want you to have a positive experience, and this is not, in our experience, going to deliver you that. It's going to let you down. It's gonna put you in a potentially dangerous situation, and we don't want that for you. I wanna thank the people from Snapton for reaching out and giving me the opportunity to review this drone. That means a lot to me. I would say, as honest feedback from a drone pilot that's got almost 8 years experience at this point, you need a lot of refinement on your entry-level drone, because that is going to just push customers away from you, and it's going to give you a reputation that is cheap and unfulfilling. So go back to the drawing board on this, try to deliver a better product next time. Let us know what you think of the Snapton E20 down in the comments section below. Is there an experience that you had that might be different from ours? Let us know down in the comments. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up icon as well. It helps get this video out into the algorithm to more viewers like yourself. While you're at it, if you haven't already, my friend, hit that subscribe button. If you love drone content shot by drones, about drones, and for drone pilots, this is the channel for you. Make sure you subscribe to Sam Karp too. He's just getting started on his FPV journey. He's got a lot of cool content he's got planned, and he's got a new drone build video that you can go check out if you're interested in getting into FPV. He does this really cool build video on a Cinewhoop that he put together. We'll go ahead and link that up in one of these two corners here. You can go ahead and check that out now. Until next time, I'm Chris the Drone Geek. This is Sam Karp, and we are out of here. See ya.
Yo, what you